Irish Kinahan Cartel, the Mafia organization in Ireland. Who's who within the Kinahan Cartel? Who is the godfather of Irish crime and the head of Europe's most brutal gang? Who currently controls this cartel? How do these drug dealers operate? In this video, I'll take you inside the gangster's paradise. The Kinahan Cartel enforcer's party lifestyle, where he hung out with unknown household names while laundering millions of dollars. The US government has set up a historic $5 million reward for information leading to the arrest of several of the Kinahan Cartel's top figures. Any tip that leads to the arrest of Kinahan gang leaders Daniel Kinahan, Christopher Kinahan Jr., and Christopher Kinahan Sr., or financial disruption of the narco-terrorist group will be rewarded. U.S. banks and financial institutions are prohibited from doing business with the people and organizations that U.S. financial investigators have identified as being cartel members in the UK and the United Arab Emirates by taking action against the cartel. Here is some background information on some of Ireland's most important cartel figures. Christy the Dapper Don Kinahan, 65. He has been acting for the Kinahan organized crime group, according to the U.S. Treasury Department. His prison sentence for heroin possession and money laundering was also described by investigators. However, they also claim that he was developing a list of connections that expanded to what became known as the Kinahan organized crime group during this period. Kinahan has given his sons management of his organization and is currently residing in Dubai. Daniel Kinahan, 44. The most violent gang in Europe is now led by the oldest son of Christy Dapper Don Kinahan. The High Court named him the controller and manager of the mob. He is regarded as such by law enforcement organizations all around the world. He also figures in 3 ongoing Garda investigations as a person of interest. A Spanish court also identified Kinahan as an individual who authorized the murder of Gary Hutch. After the attack on the Regency Hotel, he relocated to Dubai and launched many initiatives to present himself as a legitimate businessman. Johnny Morrissey, 62. Investigators identified the Dublin native as a Kinahan cartel enforcer. He is recognized as having been one of the mob's under-the-radar recruits when they were located in Spain. His responsibility is to give the gang money material, but he also facilitates the organization's international narcotic shipments from South America. He has over the years been involved in money laundering activities in addition to his cartel duties. Morrissey pretended to be a successful businessman on social networking sites, but in truth, his primary love was money laundering for the Kinahan organized crime group. The 62-year-old gangland fixer was detained in Spain on suspicion of laundering more than €200 million over the previous 18 months. Christopher Kinahan Jr., 40. Since the attack on the Regency Hotel, Daniel Kinahan's younger brother has kept a quiet profile. The Spanish authorities identified him as being in charge of the gang's money laundering networks under Operation Shovel. He also described himself as not very intriguing in a white-collar boxing match in Spain, and like his older sibling, he launched a campaign to assert that he is simply a respectable businessman. Sean McGovern, 36. According to the Criminal Assets Bureau, Sean McGovern is a senior lieutenant in the Kinahan Cartel. In 2017, he relocated to Dubai because of the heightened Garda investigation into the mob's terror campaign. When David Byrne was shot dead at the Regency Hotel, McGovern was one of 2 men who were hurt. McGovern, who had a close working relationship with James Mulvey, a British cocaine lord. Ian Thomas Dixon, 32. Dixon was recognized by U.S. investigators as an important cartel player. They charged him with coordinating several payments on Daniel Kinahan's behalf. Investigators also described how he transported bulk money in Ireland and the UK on Daniel Kinahan's behalf. They said that he oversees a fund on Kinahan's behalf and keeps track of money owed by the drug dealer as their final statement. Bernard Clancy, 44. Clancy is a well-known ally of Dublin's South Inner City's Daniel Kinahan and other powerful criminals. He has been referred to as a key lieutenant in the KOCG. Daniel Kinahan gives Clancy the responsibility of providing wages to members of the KOCG and making payments to others. In 2009, as part of Operation Shovel, the Gardaí first recognized him as an associate. In 2017, Clancy also trailed the cartel from southern Spain to Dubai. Other key associates. Liam Byrne, 41. The leadership of the Kinahan gang has known Liam Byrne, a native of Crumlin, for his whole life. After the Criminal Assets Bureau took action against him as part of Operation Lamp, he is still in exile. The cab took possession of his Dublin residence and his luxury automobile company. Byrne, who also oversees his own organized crime organization, was previously a resident of Birmingham. In Ireland and the UK, he is regarded as one of the cartel's top figures. Ross Browning, 37. Ross Browning, a fitness specialist, is a native of Dublin's North Inner City. Even as the cartel's hitmen attacked his neighborhood, he remained devoted to Daniel Kinahan. Daniel Kinahan granted him asylum in Dubai as payment for his allegiance. The cab is still after Browning. The cartel associate was also a target of Operation Shovel by the Spanish authorities. Gary Finnegan, 43. Gary Finnegan, a native of the north side of Chicago, is another member of the cartel in Dubai. He was Gary Hutch's childhood friend, but he chose to side with the cartel in their continuous conflict. The key cartel players and their functions have been revealed. We're now getting into their way of life. Let's have a look at their opulent way of living. The godfather of Irish crime is Christy Kinahan, the boss of a criminal gang known as the Dapper Dawn. It is estimated to be worth more than 500 million euros. Christy Kinahan lived in the Oliver Bond flats for a while and injected heroin into his arms for years. The privileged port of Banús is controlled by his family-run gang, but he is currently king of the crime clan. The ultra-wealthy come here to park up their yachts and enjoy the Mediterranean sun. This is Porter Beach, the playground of the famous and rich. However, there are boats worth hundreds of millions of euros scattered everywhere one can see. Portuguese is more than just a picturesque village on Spain's southern coast. Additionally, it serves as the center of the Cron Coast. The Irish Mafia has made a name for itself as one of the largest drug cartels in the world here. The Costa del Sol is quite large and has long served as a haven for criminals. It all began in the 1980s, when British criminals arrived in Spain without an extradition agreement with the UK. Another reason they come here is because of its proximity to Morocco and other African nations where the narcotics are produced. Numerous mobsters from countries like Russia, Colombia, the UK, and Ireland have moved here, turning it into a type of finishing school for violent drug groups. The location of Spain as an entry point into Europe and its proximity to Morocco, where cannabis is grown, make it an ideal base for traffickers. The million-euro homes of the gangsters and criminals are located up in the hills among many legitimate owners, and there is a sense of lawlessness along the coast. Many of the elegant homes make ideal hiding places for the richest of the wealthy mafia. They are mostly Irish, and many of them are violent and armed. They are connected to some of the most well-known clubs and nightclubs in Portuguese, and are associated with the glitzy Hugh Matthew Macklin gym. Mob enforcers and kilo tenants go there to work out. On the exterior, they appear to be respectable socialites who associate with the elite members of Spanish society, football managers, and celebrity boxers, but on the inside they are a murderous and ruthless gang ready to annihilate anyone or everything that stands in their way. Daniel's house is a mansion with a private pool and top-notch security located close to Estepona. Gary Hutch, a heroin dealer in the North Inner City, has made Vista Golf his new home, and Daniel frequently stays here. Christopher Jr. High's New Beverly Hills home is one of the most luxurious homes money can buy, with a pool overlooking the coastline below. His thugs follow the Dapper Dawn wherever he goes. Kinahan, a master of counter-surveillance, has a squadron of spotters keeping an eye on anyone who looks at him. The Kinahan gang is suspected of ordering the killings of major tennis players Paddy Doyle and Christy Gilroy, as well as rival gangster Eamon Don, among the innumerable murders they have committed. Peter's attempted murder and Don's altercation daily. Threats from their tokens at home include the use of torture and the use of pipes against small-time dealers who owe only a few hundred of your own debts. For a Costa Rican gang that lives like millionaires, every dollar counts. The Kinahan Cartel in Ireland is currently regarded as being on par with some of the deadliest narco-terrorist organizations in the world. The scale of the global campaign to hold Kinahan and his family accountable is unmatched. The top three leaders of the Kinahan organized criminal organization, Daniel Kinahan, Christy Sr., and Christy Jr., will be prosecuted according to Assistant Commissioner Justin Kelly of the Drugs and Organized Crime Bureau. Was the whole thing really a high-profile PR gimmick to disprove allegations that they were soft and involved in drug trafficking? Comment below. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you with another video soon. Thank you for watching.